Hola, Gringos y Gringos, and welcome to
Gringos are us.
Expats with a Plan.
I'm Mark.
I'm Gina.
This week, we have a conversation with a great couple about retirement here in Mexico. Coming up next.
Hi, I'm Louisa.
And Michael.
I'm Gina.
And I'm Mark.
And we found ourselves together in the city of Oaxaca here in Mexico. So we said, let's get together and do a little collab and see what we can find out about each other since we've never met.
Yeah, and we, being YouTubers, we love meeting other people, but especially other YouTubers. So
Yeah, I think this is going to be fun.
why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and what prompted you to want to live in Mexico?
Well, I'll start off by saying we retired, fully retired 6 years ago, going on 7, and sold everything, the house, the cars, the kids, and bought an RV, small one, little one, van, and traveled the U.S. for 4 years during COVID, all during COVID, because we started in 2018. And we were in California visiting friends in December one year, and we said, it's freezing.
It's freezing. We were out in
'Cause
the
when-
central cold area, California. Yeah.
Well, we were up in
Temecula.
Temecula.
Right.
And it was cold compared to we had been around the States, so we knew where it was hot and too hot. And so in December we said, we're still cold here, let's go south. So we visited Puerto Vallarta just on a whim and absolutely loved it. And I am a retired Spanish teacher, so I speak Spanish, so I said, we gotta go to Mexico. Plus I had studied in Puebla years ago. And it became quite the time to do it, and Michael was on board from the beginning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I had worked as a physician assistant seeing patients forever, almost 40 years when I add up everything. And I knew it was time to retire, even though I love medicine, love my patients, but it was endless. Asking my supervisor who was 36 years old, and I'm 30 years older than her, it was just annoying.
For a vacation.
For a vacation.
Yeah.
And I knew that even if I was working today, that the whole month would be scheduled. And I knew that it was time.
Yeah.
And so we always loved travel. I spent 30 years in the Navy. Louisa spent 7 years. That's where we met. And I knew that our retirement probably needed to have retirement travel in there. I didn't know exactly where. We lived in San Diego for the last 20 years, and so we were familiar with the border, the Baja, and we would go over and do volunteer work, charity work, and it was peaceful. And, you know, we'd hear the stories at night, like you were talking about, how dangerous Tijuana is. Yes, it is a dangerous place if you choose to get involved with those activities. But for somebody doing charity work and stopping to get a great meal, I love Mexican food. It was wonderful. So it was obvious. We would dip our fingers with the RV. We took our RV down to Baja, right along the beach. Being a sailor, love the water. Don't want to be in the water, but love being there. And we said, wow, this is a good life. So that's how the travel bug got started.
But like you, we didn't say, let's just stay in Puerto Vallarta and call that our life. We wanted to see the rest of Mexico, so we like to call ourselves slow mads. We go for like 5 weeks at a time. We were in Lake Chapala, Ajijic, for 3 months. We rented a little apartment there for 3 months. And yes, very affordable to do
Yeah.
that. And
I
then-
enjoyed it.
San Diego, yeah, you're suddenly going,
Yes.
Exactly.
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 what you're paying the city of San Diego and the state of California in taxes, you're going, I can live a month.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So we are not California
We're not
residents
Californians anymore.
All right.
No, I get that. That's because we have good friends that moved from California, and they were just like, we're living on what we paid the state in property tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you have a home base in Puerto Vallarta.
We do.
Do you lease, like, annual lease?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have no intention of buying anything ever because we have met too many people that buy something and then a couple years later there's a big condo that goes up in front of their house and now they can't see the ocean that they bought into.
We've heard from some of our subscribers is that the other part of it is that they live in, pick a city, Playa del Carmen, and they may be there for 6 months, a year, and go, now I want to go try this. And if they own the house,
Yeah.
you know,
That's too hard.
That's real
versus
hard.
just, you know, it's time to go inland. Let's go try a year here. Let's go try a year here.
Right. And that's what we do. And we were in Mexico City for about 5 weeks. We do like the month. We do a week in a hotel right in the middle of the city. And then we walk around the neighborhoods and go, oh, we should stay over here. And then we find an Airbnb.
And that's where we find our Airbnbs,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Find the right barrio. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because it's the same basic thing that we're doing as far as our whole travel. You know, find the city, then
Right.
we're going to find the city, then you got to find the barrio.
Exactly.
And then we decided that we went to Puebla for 5 weeks. And then because my parents are older and not very healthy, we have to be kind of on call.
Right. Just like you, we have to have an airport nearby.
Yeah. So we are, like last year we were in Guanajuato. Have you been to Guanajuato yet?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
One of my favorite places. And I think it's right up there with Michael's too.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'd go back.
Yeah.
Near Leon,
Uh-huh.
near Querétaro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had to fly home, so we went to Leon Airport and fly into Houston and then up to Portland. So it works out really well when you aren't attached to one place very long.
Right.
You can just say, "Whoops, we got to go," because we did have to leave. We had an Airbnb there for about a week, and then in 3
had to go
days
up to
in, we
Portland.
said, "We got to go by."
What was your final push to come to Mexico?
We were in, Louisa will tell this story, we were in El Paso and just decided to finally retire. And then we did the RV life. But literally, when we went to Puerto Vallarta, it was just so beautiful. Remind us of San Diego without the San Diego prices.
Ah.
Hard to go wrong there.
Yeah.
And I get to speak Spanish every day. So the minute I walk out our front door, because we live in a Mexican neighborhood.
Nice.
We don't live with the expats.
Nope.
We don't live in a gated community. We don't live with the tourists. We live about a 15-minute walk to the beach, but it's in a Mexican neighborhood. And the moment we walk out the door, it's all Spanish, and I just love that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm a little envious right now because we're still learning. During your time in Puerto Vallarta, how has the culture affected you as opposed to when you were in the U.S.? What is different about your life now?
For me, I'm just relaxed, I'm comfortable. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have to rush on the big freeway. I walk out of my door and I can walk to the local market, the supermercado. I can just, even though my Spanish is very poor, I can still learn and try to be comfortable and nobody's putting you down. I'm not worried about what's happening on the news. I just feel at peace. And I don't know how to,
All the stress. Just,
all the stress is gone.
Yeah.
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 And for you?
Well, it was somebody said it to us the other day. They said it's like you're on vacation all the time. And for us, yes, we live in Mexico, so we're not on vacation, but it feels like we're on vacation
Yeah.
because there's no stress, like you said. We don't have to get up and go to work. We don't have to get anywhere. And that took us a lot of years after being retired to not wake up and go, gotta do,
Gotta
gotta
rush.
be, gotta get somewhere.
Got to get to the next place.
Yeah. And so for me, it feels very comfortable, especially because I have studied Spanish for so many years. To finally be able to just use it is heaven. Every day I wake up in this kind of weather. I mean, what do you think? The weather's perfect, depending
This is
on what time of year.
magnificent. Yeah.
The weather's perfect, and the food is great, and we walk everywhere. We don't have a car, so we walk everywhere. Once in a while, we'll take an Uber, but that's after we go to make a big grocery haul. But like Michael said, we have a market right down the street, and we have tortillerias right down the street.
Yeah.
We don't have to
Fresh.
go anywhere. Yeah,
Yes.
it's heaven.
And you are vegan, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So how has that been any kind of adjustment for you? Have you had any difficulty finding vegan options?
So two things. All of the stores have fresh food. So we like to cook. So I can walk 2 or 3 minutes and pick up whatever we need. In Vallarta, for instance, there must be about 5 to 10 100% vegan places, and then there are a lot of options. So we haven't had an issue at all.
How about here in Oaxaca?
Oh, Oaxaca's heaven.
Yeah?
Yeah, there are a lot of stores here. Like there's two in Jaltlaco that we just went to, and then the one we wanted to go this morning wasn't open yet, so we had to make a decision to go somewhere else. All vegan, and when you go into an all vegan restaurant, you don't have to say, "Oh, can you keep the cheese off?" and "Oh, could you please not put this in there?" They just know, so that feels very good.
A lot of the cross-contamination isn't an issue.
True.
Right,
Yeah.
True.
right.
But the Mexican diet is originally beans, corn, vegetables, and fruits.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just asked them to go back to the roots. And that's what they do. They don't really, we don't say we're vegan because people don't really understand
They
that
don't
all
understand
the time.
that.
No, we say
We have allergies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you to the finish line is all that matters,
Right.
Yeah,
Well, one
right.
time we were in Ajijic and I ordered a vegetarian burrito because that was on the menu. And of course, vegetarian means comes with cheese. So I said, "Oh, could you leave the cheese off, please?" "Oh, no problem." Then it shows up and the thing is covered in cheese.
And a mound of cheese.
So I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but could you take the cheese off?" I thought they were going to redo the burrito. They just scraped the cheese off. And so then, it's all around the edges. That wasn't very good. So now we say we're allergic to the cheeses and people are
The
nice.
chef will understand that. Right.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, dairy allergy goes,
Yeah.
that works well.
Works really well. Yeah, we don't have any problem with the food, and we don't miss out on the food. People say, "Oh, the food in Mexico is great, but you don't eat it." It's like, yes, we do. They do all the flavors that all the
Yeah.
other foods are.
And the mole and everything is safe?
Yeah, we just
Good
had
deal.
mole
I
at
had
La
mole
Cosecha.
last night.
Have
Yeah.
you eaten at La Cosecha?
La cosecha. No.
Oh, you need to put that on your list.
Oh, okay.
It's a patio
Okay.
that's got like 15 little stores around it.
Okay.
I like to call them booths, but they're kind of little bitty stores all around the patio, and so you can choose any kind of food you want there. And they have vegan menus on a couple of the different places there.
Okay.
So we had vegan mole with lots of vegetables, and she just put in more vegetables for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know the sounds interfere with the video, but they don't bother us. It's not that bad here. We're in a city and the sounds are not that bad right here.
We don't bother. The sounds
We're-
don't bother us either.
This is part of Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What we would think would be annoying when we cross the border after being down here, that just becomes noise. It
Yeah.
becomes white noise. It's in the background, and you go, it's Mexico.
But isn't it interesting? Like we hear the sirens; those don't bother me in Mexico. But if they're in the U.S. and you're
It's
like
an
somewhere-
alert. You know
you're like,
something
"Oh,
is
something
going
bad's
on.
happening."
Something bad is happening.
So you came to Oaxaca to enjoy Dia de los Muertos?
Yes, we were
Yes.
here last year for 5 weeks, like our 5-week time. And as a teacher of Spanish, I always knew that this is where I needed to be for Day of the Dead. So we came last year and loved it. And so this year we're going to make this a yearly thing.
Yeah. It's an exciting time to be here in Oaxaca. The culture, the food, the celebrations. Absolutely love it.
And I always go to a language school where now we have friends because I've been there 3 times. We came here about 20 years ago. My son and I came and studied at that school. So last year I said, I'm going to go back to that school. So now we go there. I go there every year and hang out with people that I met the year before. So we're going to make that a yearly
Oh, wow.
pilgrimage.
Yeah.
What is next after Oaxaca?
Well, we're leaving on Wednesday to go back to Puerto Vallarta
For
for
a
about
week.
a week.
For 1 week.
Because then we're hooking up with some other YouTubers who are doing a cruise from LA down to Cabo, Mazatlan, and then to Puerto Vallarta and back. And then because I was checking on the flights to get out of LA back to Vallarta, and I said, let's just get on the boat again and get off when it gets to Puerto Vallarta. So we're going to do a back-to-back cruise.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
we get to stop in Mazatlan and Cabo, which we have not done yet. We
Okay.
haven't seen those. And I know it's only a day.
Yeah.
But we'll do a little preview video of those stops.
Very cool.
Yeah. Then we're going to spend the rest of the winter in Puerto Vallarta, unless we have to fly home to Portland for any reason. But we'll stay the winter in Vallarta, where the weather is beautiful.
Better than Portland.
Better than Portland.
Better than Portland for sure.
We leave Puerto Vallarta when it gets too hot. We usually go to Portland to visit for a month, and then we figure out where else we need to go. We have grandkids in Texas, so we go visit them in the summer while they're off, and then off of school.
You're not avoiding much heat going to Texas in the summer, but yo,
Well, we don't stay a month.
Yeah.
So we all know, we are in agreement, I think, that we love Mexico. We
Yes.
like the people, we like the food, we like the weather,
Yes.
we like the
It's
whole
good for our
ambiance.
mental health.
Yes.
it's good for all the health, the mental health and the
And-
physical health,
Yeah.
because we're walking more, we're eating better. You know, I mean, it's just, and if the mind is good and the stress is low, that helps our overall health
Absolutely.
as well. So
I mean, I've lost 15 pounds in the last 3 months without trying.
All right.
You know,
So let's go like this and don't tell people how wonderful it is here. But why do we do videos? To let people know
Yeah.
the reality,
Yeah.
right?
is it perfect? No. But it's pretty damn close. We thank the Mexican people for making us feel so
Right.
welcome.
Right.
and
And-
you feel the same,
We
right?
feel the same.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah. We
There-
love it here and we'll be here for a while, but we don't know where exactly we're going to plant our roots, but we may keep traveling through Mexico, but we love it.
Well, we can tell you, 13th city, it has been consistent throughout Mexico. You know, we've been to
Yeah.
Yucatan, we've been to Central Highlands, we've been in Chiapas, we've now in Oaxaca, the state of Oaxaca. It's consistent. It's
Yeah, I agree. I think you guys have been on the East Coast more than we have. We haven't gone that far. We've only been far east is Puebla,
Right.
but we've been in the middle, like Guanajuato. You've got to get to Guanajuato. Yeah, it's super, and we love Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta and all the little cities along the way there. But
Yeah.
there's lots to see.
What sort of tips and recommendations would you make for anyone who is interested in possibly moving and retiring in Mexico?
Well, if they've not been to Mexico, they need to go to a place that's got some tourists in it so they don't feel so strange, because it is a different culture. But if you go where the tourists go, you'll see other people that look like tourists, and so they can check out the city or the area there. But don't bring a lot of expectations that you're going to find the U.S. in Mexico, because it's Mexico.
Yeah. And I would say a tip from me is don't just spend a weekend. If you have some time, spend 2 or 3 weeks and just get off the tourist trap and sneak into some of the colonias and just experience local neighborhoods, because that's real Mexico.
It was a lot of fun today talking with Louisa and Michael. It's not every day that we get to meet other travelers in Mexico who have chosen to retire here, but we also get to meet other YouTubers and we get to learn about their creative process and their journey.
pick each other's brains, you know, do some brainstorming on different things that have worked for each of us, and as well as some things that didn't work so well for both of us. But it was a lot of fun in getting to share the stories, the failures, the successes. We could have done 3 hours, but we knew that that would probably be a little bit too long for all of you to watch. So we just had a great time, edited it down to show you the best parts of it, and we hope that you enjoyed it.
And that will be a wrap up for this week for Gringos R Us. Remember, we are Gringos R Us.
Expats with a plan.
We're doing it.
You can too.
Hasta la próxima.
Hey, over at top of Michael's head, I think there's actually some other videos you might want to check out.
Indeed. Adios.
I get to say adios. Hasta luego.